Peace, fam. Green Sage 9 here. Just wanted to do a quick video. Topic today: how do you know that you're spiritually awoken? How do you know that you're spiritually awoke, so to speak? So I'm just gonna, how does one know that they're spiritually awoke? My journey started back in 2012, and I'm going to only speak from my particular standpoint of view and my journey, and that is, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run it down by a quick little list. First off, understand. First point to awakening and understanding that you are spiritually awoken is basically, what is it? Is raising your consciousness. So what is consciousness? So consciousness is awareness. So the more that you are aware of what's going on in your life, your reality, the more conscious you are. And then when you add spirituality, spirituality is essentially understanding that there is another world that is non-physical, that is, everything here is already proven by physics, that in science, that everything is consists of energy. So basically, the spiritual realm is energy, non-physical. The same way you don't see the Wi-Fi signals is the same way that there's a spiritual world. You get the spirits, ghosts, stuff like that, demonic spirits, so on and so forth. God, angels, they're all from the spiritual, more so the spiritual realm. So quickly, how do you know that you're spiritually awoken? One, understanding, increasing your awareness and starting to understand what's going on in society now here on earth. Understanding that first things first, what we eat as humans is, majority of humans, particularly talking about, speaking for the United States, that the general population eats like junk, and in understanding that the food that has been being perpetuated by the forces, that the forces they may be, or the people at the top, are not healthy food. The healthier your body is, the more you're able to be spiritually aware and more conscious. A lot of the foods, such as processed foods, GMOs, don't do your body good, and they're especially promoted and and easier to access, and more affordable, because they basically follow, and what the forces that be want the general population to kind of feel. The worse your health is, the less you're able to focus on what's really going on. So second thing, understanding that the money system in the United States is jacked. The understanding that paper money is actually fake, fiat currency. That understanding who are the major players of, like, the bankers, and understanding that they are some of them. There are some of the entities that control this whole money system. Money is fake. It's not even real. It has no value, physical value, intrinsic value, like gold or silver. So understanding that money controls this world and is made up, and there's a certain families across the world who consist of the 10 richest families in the world, who basically control the system. When you're spiritually awoke, you understand that the system is jacked, and we are just forced to participate in it. Another thing to understand about when you're spiritually awoke, is understanding that there is a non-physical world. You know what I mean? There are entities, ghosts. We're all energy. Energy is sometimes visible in the spectrum. We only see between a certain spectrum, which is very limited compared to a lot of other animals. But understand that there's a non-physical world that deals with demons, angels, devils, whatever you want to call them, just non-physical entities. Another thing that would basically, you would know if you're spiritually awoke, is that the power of actually, that the power in 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 creating your own reality, understanding that we're co-creators. That's when you become really spiritually awoke. That when you understand that you are divine, and you kind of go back and understand where you actually come from, and understand when you're spiritually awoke. This comes to another point. When you're spiritually awoke, you understand that history is not really what you've been made to believe, that a lot of things in history that has not gone on the way, and that when you're spiritually awoke, you understand that there's a specific force energy, whatever you want to call you, that is trying to control the whole world, and wants the human population is to follow a certain protocol. You know what I mean? So when you're spiritually awoke, those are some of the things that you come to realize, especially that there's that what we've been taught is far from the truth, and our purpose here is far from what they make it seem. We're so bombarded with this technology and all these things to distract you, which basically does not let you increase your awareness, which awareness equals consciousness. When you're able to say meditate and concentrate on self and look within, then you're able to understand that what we've been fed to is a bunch of garbage. So those are some of the common ways to understand that we've woken up, that you're awake and spiritually. Now, the last thing to saying that you're a woke person is that you may have a lot of information, but if you don't implement this information, then you're not fully awoke. There's no point of knowing the information and not actually not doing something about it. That's when you actually live and start to do things that is that that it should be. Then that's when you're spiritually woke. An example for me is I don't drink any fluoride water, and I don't put any fluoride in my system. You know what I mean? Fluoride basically calcifies the pineal gland, and I actively decalcify my pineal gland. And another thing that I don't do, as far as I know that the Wi-Fi and G5 is horrible for you, and even our cell phones are horrible for you. So I consciously got a Faraday cage for those systems to limit the amount of radiation that is in the levels of the house. I stopped eating meat. That's another thing. I changed my whole diet consistency. I don't eat any meat. I'm plant-based. Kudos to those who do eat meat. I don't judge anybody. It's not for everybody, but I was on a mission to really cleanse my body and be at optimal health. So therefore, I decided to go more so plant-based. And I eat only organic. You know what I mean? Like, I try to eat organic. I don't eat any GMOs. So those are just some of the things that one person must really do and implement if they want to consider themselves a really awakened person, because you can't consider yourself an awoken person if you're still doing the same things that perpetuate this system, this matrix. Okay? Anyway, chew on that, think about that. Hey, till next time. Peace.